Hello and welcome to Benefier Plays Minecraft Part 3. Last episode we left off with gathering some food. As you can see, our farm has taken off. We have 3 rows of cotton. These are actually not ready. It'll turn white when it's ready. We still have our wheat farm growing. And we have an extra farm over here. We have some reeds and an extra wheat. An empty spot that I'm leaving empty but we'll use later. Uh, Last I said that we were gathering food to be able to go mining. To show you what we have right now, we have enough food to do so. We have 64 bread. I'm also bringing along 64 torches and 64 wood to maximize our yield. So now all we have to do is find a place to mine. Luckily, we are right on top of one. Earlier while exploring I found this area. This area leads down to a pretty deep mine shaft. So let's go. As I said, our main focus will be on redstone. Our secondary goal is gold. With those two things we can make pretty much most of the machines that we're going to need. However, we will probably pick up everything we can. Such as iron, copper, tin, and coal. Now, this episode will be pretty much nothing but mining. I might stop at the halfway mark and mine off camera, and then pick up after I get done with this mining trip. What we're in right now is liquid essence. This is an Ars Magica thing. It acts as water for now. We really can't use it until we get some Ars Magica infrastructure going on, and then it's really helpful. I haven't actually explored this one in depth. I just know there's this really deep area over here. The #1 rule of Minecraft is to never dig straight down, and the reason for that is because lava. And you can kind of see it right over there. Lava is great for fuel, but it's also very, very dangerous, especially whenever you're mining. One pool of lava can turn an entire mining trip into a disaster. That sound that you're hearing in the background is a wisp. Those things are nasty. They aren't very strong, but they're very difficult to hit. I'm just going to jump down here. Since this is our first mining trip, pretty much everything we see is what we need. This right here is Peridot. This is added by Project Red. A lot of you may remember Red Power and Red Power 2. That was pretty much discontinued. The mod author stopped. Need to pay attention. The mod author stopped updating it, and for a long time, since it was so good that people would want to keep it, it was causing mod packs to not be updated for 5 or 6 Minecraft updates. Project Red is not made by the same mod author as Red Power. It's made by a separate mod with separate code. Aluminum. This is actually good stuff to get. Not only is it very plentiful, it can be used in place of other certain more useful blocks whenever it comes to one specific recipe. That's the Tinker's, one of the Tinker's tables. It requires 4 blocks of a metal. This is going to become very tedious, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the segment right here, and I will bring you all back whenever I find something more interesting. And welcome back. I have gone pretty deep into these caves. As you can see, my inventory is getting pretty full. At this point, I'm going to have to decide to throw away certain things or keep certain things. You will also notice I have a different sword. I had to build another one while I was down here, and I decided to go ahead and use that Peridot. The nice thing about the Project Red ores is that they are actually quite common compared to what their equivalent is. I did forget a crucial ingredient to these machines, and that is silver. Luckily, silver is in the same Y level or as gold is. I have to get rid of other things. And the reason I'm getting rid of these mob drops is because I can get those in any Y level. And this is why you do not dig straight down. Looks like I also got some redstone here. this up. There are a few things down here that you shouldn't really grab. Sulfur is one of those items. Sulfur has its uses, but they are so few that it's just best not to grab it. Uranium, this stuff right here, or I'm sorry, this is quantum ore. This is another thing that you should avoid on your first expedition out. It's fun to play with, but it really doesn't hold many practical uses. Whereas iron has many. This is another thing, saltpeter. Its main purpose is to make gunpowder. Gunpowder you can get from creepers. While it's useful to be able to make gunpowder, it doesn't really hold any uses aside from that, where, as I said, gold is crucial. Second, let my, This is where I, built my previous small encampment to build things. When in combat, it is important to keep your hunger up to maximum. When your hunger is up to maximum, your health regenerates, as you can see, but whenever it dips below 2 hunger bars, I believe it is, you do not reheal. Whenever it dips below, whenever you only have 3 left, you can no longer sprint. You can see why this would be useful, especially in combat, to keep it full at all times. And then every time you're not in your base, and a couple times when you are, it's combat. See, there's uranium. And we're going to go ahead and avoid that for now, because we can't do anything with it for a long time. If we're lucky, we might run into a spawner, or a mini dungeon. Mini dungeons contain loot that can be invaluable to us, especially at beginner's level whenever we don't have anything. It's not necessary to progress in the game, but it'll help us skip a few steps. You'll notice with certain blocks, whenever you use a inferior tool, it'll take a long time to break them like this. Whereas if you use the right tool, you can instantly break them. Even though you can break them with the wrong tool, it isn't advisable simply due to the fact that you'll lose whatever you're breaking. So if I broke it with the stone pickaxe, I would have got nothing instead of the redstone, which we need. And that about wraps it up for this episode. Between this episode and the next, I'm going to go ahead and continue mining resources. So, thank you for watching the episode, and I hope you have a great day.